जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं
Paramahamsa Nityananda is a rare living incarnation, a yogi by birth. He has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English, books in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese, with translations in 26 languages are available. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 8,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world offer exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. Having meditation centers in 151 countries including Bidadi, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalyam, Salem, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Los Angeles, Ohio, Seattle, San Jose and Phoenix. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nityananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation. A contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. Adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, he has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands, gracing them with spiritual powers. A spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples worldwide in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Tiruvannamalai in India. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration to thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nityananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
My beloved Swamiji, what is the meaning of taking initiation into the Gayatri Mantra? What are the qualities to be imbibed by the one who is wearing Yajnopavitam? Is there a difference between an ordinary seeker and the one who has taken the Gayatri Mantra initiation? Also, what is the spiritual significance of keeping Kumkum in the Agnya Chakra? Please explain, Sai Durga.
What is the meaning of taking initiation into Gayatri Mantra? See, Gayatri is the first initiation, first technique, most simple yet powerful technique in the Vedic tradition, where you are asked to meditate on the cosmic consciousness which awakens your intelligence and first, foremost initiation which need to happen to every seeker is Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri initiation. What are the qualities to be imbibed by the one who is wearing Yajñobhavita? Constantly remember, this body is temple of consciousness. This body is the temple of consciousness. So, you need to live with that awareness, maintaining the high consciousness. Is there a difference between ordinary seeker and the one who has taken the Gayatri Mantra initiation? It is like you are asking, is there a difference between the child who wants to study but doesn't go to school and the child who studies in our Gurukul? Naturally, there is a huge difference. Here, systematically you are learning. There the child wants, but it is not learning anything. There is a huge difference. So, a seeker who has taken the Gayatri initiation naturally is learning very systematically. And the next question, what is the spiritual significance of keeping kumkum? Please understand, kumkum is the processed turmeric. When the turmeric is processed and applied on the forehead, on the Ajna Chakra, it awakens the Ajna Chakra, keeps the chakra alive. So each energy center has subtle smell. If that particular energy center is awakened, when you go near him, you will have that smell. If a person's Ananda Gandha is awakened, what I am saying is without perfume. If a person's Ananda Gandha is awakened, you will see jasmine smell. Sandal smell. If the person's Vishuddhi is awakened, you will see jasmine smell. If the person's Ajna is awakened, you will smell kumkum, the turmeric. Same way, it's other way around. If you apply those smells, those energy centers will be awakened. That's why we apply sandal in the chest, jasmine in the neck. Jasmine in the neck, either as a garland or on your hair. And kumkum on the forehead. In the energy session, if you come near me, you will see a smell. That is the smell of the Ananda Gandha. Ananda Gandha chakra. So each chakra has its own smell. I can give you this as technique. If you can remember, recollect the smell which you experienced during the energy darshan, still your inner space is capable of having my presence. If there is a disconnection, how much ever you try, you can't remember that smell. That smell is the key to know whether still you will be able to connect or the distance has happened where you can't connect. Kumkum smell is a powerful smell which will awaken the Ajna Chakra, third eye. That is the reason we use kumkum in the Ajna Chakra to awaken the Ajna Chakra.
The Ingenious Program, a field of all possibilities. The children in the Ingenious Program are directly under the guidance of enlightened Master Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Nithyananda is an incarnation and exudes the knowledge of conflict-free living. He states that enlightenment is our birthright. What an incredible gift for your child, a once-in-a-lifetime privilege to live and thrive in the energy field of all possibilities and give enlightenment to your child. where every child can become a genius. Learning can unveil the genius in every child, provided it stimulates higher order thinking skills, positive self-esteem, teamwork, and an internal locus of control. Research has proven that holistic teaching methodologies paired with meditation stimulate whole brain functioning and result in self-directed, spontaneous, and creative lifelong learners. An enriched environment. When young children have an enriched environment conducive to early learning in life, they have higher IQ, cognitive intelligence, EQ, social emotional intelligence, and SQ, spiritual intelligence. These early experiences are critical for the development of the child. Peer pressure and destructive social conditioning can take its toll on the child. It can create negative thought patterns and destructive behaviors unless these enriching experiences are provided. An enriched environment includes whole brain activities which stimulate the utilization of both sides of the brain. The right brain is responsible for creativity, intuition, spontaneity, quantum memory, learning in a flash, and computer-like calculations. The left side of the brain is responsible for interlinear thinking and analysis. When both sides of the brain are integrated, performance is optimal. Brain yoga. Brain yoga activates the ability to balance the right and the left brain. This helps open the sixth sense. Children are given activities to balance both sides of the body simultaneously, using distinctive postures that stimulate both sides. The neurological brain patterns move from beta to alpha, increasing alertness and attention. Quantum memory. Quantum memory is a constant downloading of information without interference of the mind. Observation skills are directly related to memory skills. Reading without interference of the mind, reading at quantum speed, will lead to quantum memory without the mind getting in the way. Creative and performing arts. Dance, drama, music, sculpting, and design offered in the Ingenious program provide kinesthetic motor stimulation to engage the brainwave patterns, resulting in expanded creativity and resourcefulness. Sattvic food. Children are given the benefit of fresh sattvic food prepared to the standards according to the ancient Vedic lifestyle. The food is fresh, with fruits and vegetables. Vegetarian food creates radiant health in the body. Vedic cultural arts. Sanskrit chanting stimulates the brain to produce full brain coherence, developing clearer perception and integrated thinking. Chanting also promotes inner silence and improves the attention span. Meditation and expanded awareness. Meditation instills a deep silence in the child, resulting in deeper, richer perception and clarity in thinking. Ingenious produces the next step in evolution, a mature human being who functions at a higher state of consciousness. Expanded awareness provides the platform for a vision of all abilities of life, perfect health, prosperity, and life without conflict. What more could you ask for your child?
If I can just teach this one science to the kids, I will have millions of enlightened beings.
Vimala, who asks, Dear Swamiji, Vimala has a strong desire to become Sita. Her compassion, tyaga, authentic words attract Vimala, but Vimala avoids knowing how to practice those in life. Kindly explain. Also, can you tell the impact of it in her life? Nityanandam, Ananda Vimala, Nityananda Gurukul.
Dear Swamiji, Vimala has a strong desire to become Sita. Her compassion, Tyaga, authentic words attract Vimala. But Vimala avoids knowing how to practice those in life. Kindly explain. Also, can you tell the impact of it in our life? Vimala, first thing, constantly look for the situations in your life where you can express compassion and tyaga. You don't need a Rama to practice tyaga. You don't need to go and find a Rama with whom you need to practice tyaga. Understand? Your friends are enough. Your Gurukul teachers are enough. Are just the plants in the Gurukul. They are enough for you to practice tyaga. Tyaga means what? I am defining tyaga. Understand? Whole thought process not being centered on you, but being centered on others is tyaga. Constantly let your thought process function based on others. It can be a plants in your Gurukul or the classmates or your teachers, anything. What is compassion? Constantly feeling the other person other than what you think as you is complete life. Please understand. Other than what you think as you is anything is whole. When I feel this plant is other than what I think as me, this can now complete me. If I start worshipping this plant, surrendering to this plant, God will appear just in this form of this plant and fulfill me. Compassion means feeling anything other than me can be fulfilling me. It is whole. It is embodiment of whole. Every human being. Every life. Everything other than you can be fulfilling you. Feeling anything other than you is the representation of the whole. Then suddenly you will feel even what you think as you is the representation of the whole. That is why compassion makes you realize you are whole very soon. Vimala, you don't need Rama to practice compassion and tyaga. Even before Sita met Rama, her whole life was filled with compassion and tyaga. As a child, she was radiating compassion and tyaga. Maybe I can give you this one practice. Who is Sita? Embodiment of Bhudevi, means the planet Earth. She came out of Bhuma Devi, means planet Earth. See how the earth is so passionate whatever you do to it, it holds you. It holds you whatever you do to it. Remember, you will have that same passions like Bhuma Devi, and compassion and Tyaga. You are asking also, can you tell the impact of it in our life? Practice, you will see the impact. I cannot predict the impact before you start practicing. I need to see the depth with which you are practicing. Only the depth can lead you to the experience.
Welcome to Inner Awakening, the most powerful personal transformation retreat you could ever experience. In just 21 days, thousands are already experiencing the shortest route to constantly high energy levels, visible anti-aging, healing of chronic diseases, fulfilling relationships, and higher states of consciousness. What is the secret behind this transformation?
Kundalini means the inner potential energy. Once it is awakened, opens the different doors for the conscious experience in you. I can say which is a master key for all extraordinary spiritual experiences.
This extraordinary program is conducted personally by Paramahamsa Nityananda in the vibrant atmosphere of Nityananda Dhyanapitham Ashram. Open yourself to the benefits of Nitya Yoga and practical meditation. Experience physical and mental healing. Discover simple ways to handle life with success. Above all, enjoy individual darshan and blessings from Paramahamsa Nityananda every day. Take 21 days for yourself and carry home the transformation of a lifetime.
Dear Swamiji, what is the best way to spin the prayer wheel when repeating our mantra? You seem to demonstrate it as counterclockwise. When I recently purchased a prayer wheel at a Tibetan Buddhist shop, they told me that Buddhists rotate it clockwise, but Hindus do it counterclockwise. The question I have is, should we spin it only counterclockwise? Is it okay to sometimes switch hands when spinning it? Our right hand may get tired spinning it after a while. Bob Rom, Washington DC area devotee.
Dear Swamiji, which is the best way to spin the prayer wheel when repeating our mantra? You seem to demonstrate it as counterclockwise. When I recently purchased a prayer wheel at a Tibetan Buddhist shop, they told me that Buddhists rotate it clockwise, but Hindus do it counterclockwise. Should we spin it only counterclockwise? Is it okay sometimes switch hands when spinning it? Our right hand may get tired spinning it after a while. Bob Ram. First thing, you can do it either counterclockwise or clockwise. I want to tell you, I really still can't understand what is clockwise, what is counterclockwise. Just rotate, that is enough. See, the action is supposed to create a visualization in you like a horizontal wheel. See, you can do this or this also. And you can change the hand. Anything is okay. Anything is okay. Clockwise or anti-clockwise, anything is okay. Just use the prayer wheel. Basically, it is to instill a visualization of a circling effect of japa. See, japa means which happens in the linear way, which you use usually japamala. That is japa. Ajapa means using prayer wheel. One more thing, in japa you will count 1,000 times, 2,000 times, 3,000 times, as if like a bank account. If you put bank balance of 10 lakh japa, God has to appear and do whatever you want, nothing doing. In this, you won't be able to count. Your whole system becoming mantra. Understand? That is the benefit in this. In this, you can't count. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. There is no counting mechanism. This mantra has to imbibe. It has to become part of your bio-memory. That's all. So this prayer wheel is a more powerful mechanism for japa. So there is no such thing as right side, left side, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Do any wise, just be wise, that's all. You can use left hand, right hand, any hand. If you do japa, that is right.